What is up, everyone? I know I am late to this review, but it's finally time. Scarred Chucky unboxing. I know I did post this preview a week ago now on my community post, but I did get late to the unboxing, and this is not the same Chucky. But it is not the same Chucky, unfortunately. I did have that Chucky. It was unboxed, fully set up, but it was broken. So we had to return it, and we got a new one. The motor was kind of weird in the head. I don't know if this one's going to be like that. I hope not. I don't think it will, though. But yeah, I already have had my first impressions with this prop. It was good. But now I'm going to review it on the channel. And also, give me a second. I'm just going to try to pick it up. I got Tiffany. So she will have a review soon. Weirdly enough, my sister bought it for me, so I never thought she'd ever do that, but I'm thankful. She's a great animatronic. She's very similar to Chucky. And yeah, I'm just gonna get straight into the unboxing, but I did say this, but yeah, the motor was messed up on him, and every time he would turn off, he always reset his head really slowly, and it took away from the time it turned on, and Tiffany would be going off and he wouldn't be. And I've seen so many videos of the Chucky just normally being like the Tiffany and the other Chucky that wouldn't reset after every single time it turned off. So that's why I returned it. It's a very small, they were very small things. Like, it worked pretty much fine, but there were so many more small things on him. But hopefully this one's better. So I'm gonna get into it. This is the front of the box. I don't know if you can see the whole thing, but yeah. This is, front, shows off the little Chucky. The Chucky, Chucky from the original box. It shows his little, comparing it to a human size. Got the same thing from the front, and the same thing right here. And he has a glowing knife, unlike Tiffany and the old Chucky. And it is called 3.5 Animated Lead Scarred Chucky. And on the very top, right here on the box, it says, Chucky, I think it says, he wants you for a best friend. Yeah. So yeah, that's really nice. And I also didn't post, while I'm unboxing this, I'll tell you guys. I also didn't post because I think which way is it? I think it's this way. Alright, but I also didn't post because I was busy, because I did just start school again. So yeah. And yeah, it's been a whole thing. This Chucky will have a setup, but Tiffany will not in her review because I didn't record it when I first got her. I was too excited to open her. Same thing with the other Chucky. I opened it before I was able to. I'm using a pencil right now to unbox the Chucky, so it's kind of hard. Alright. Boom. I'm trying not to show my face as much as possible, by the way. But yeah, we got the stuff. Alright, so first I'm going to start with the most boring part. The instructions. It shows little Chucky right here, They're very, very neat. Thing is with this guy is I didn't order him. Alright, here's a base. Yeah, I didn't order him. I got him down from the pallet that they had in their garden department. So here's his arm. And I did the same thing with Tiffany because I don't have a credit card. I only have cash. One of his legs. Another one of his legs. But yeah, I think this guy is awesome. I'll tell you more about how much I like him After, here's his arm. It has a cotter pin on it. I am not going to use the cotter pin on the arm nor the head because it doesn't really need it. I mean, I'm not going to like ever grab it from right there. Next, we got the very big mechanism with so many servos in it. It looks great. I mean, it doesn't look great, but like, it's so cool. So I'll put this to the side, in its own area. Next, we have his shoes. Very nice. They do have, unlike the old Chucky, let me take it out. It does have blood applications. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but yeah, there's blood and dirt and all that. I think it's very nice. They added that. Here is his other shoe. Same thing, same mold, just different paint apps. Adapter. Just take that out right now. Pretty simple. Next we have the second most important thing on a prop. The clothes. Clothes are so much better than old Chuck's. I think this one, does it have a pocket? Oh, that's just the seam line on this one. It does smell very bad. It smells like vinegar. That's not how my other ones smell, but it's very high quality. It has a very strong vinegar smell. I saw a Chilling Props review on YouTube, and his, I guess, also smell like vinegar. Mine does too. I don't know why. The one I had before this did not smell like that. That's why I was wondering why he was saying that. But yeah, he has very high quality clothing. It's so much better. The old Chucky that is right here is it has like a more inflatable feeling clothing. This one feels like actual clothing. This is better than the Tiffany and the Chucky's clothing, in my opinion, the old Chucky. Next, we have the most important part of the prop. The face. There we go. Looks so awesome. Yeah, the material, you can tell, is not as good as old Chucky's. Like, this guy has worse latex in the face than the Tiffany and the old Chucky. I don't know why. Maybe it's because it has more details, like the blood in the eyes, but it's very thin, but it's not latex. I think it's some kind of other material, which is better. But yeah, that was all we had in the box. I'm just gonna move that out of the way. And I'll build him on the table. So first we gotta start with the shoes. What I'm gonna do is, though, yep, and then just boom that on there. Get the other shoe. Boom that on there. Next, we have the clothing, which actually has a zipper, just like last year's Chucky. So I'm going to unzip it to take off his Velcros on his overalls. Also, the Velcro on my overalls on the other Chucky I had also kind of like ripped off the stitching. So that was also a huge thing on that. I gotta zip it down all the way. Zipper is also not as bad as the other Chucky I had. I'm not talking about old Chucky from last year. To clarify, I'm talking about the Chucky I had that I bought this year. So there we go. And then his sensors in the same spot as old Chucky. Put his clothing on. There we go. Then get the main mechanism itself. Boom. Huge mechanism. It's not going to all fit in frame, but I'll probably grab the camera while I build it. If I can get the snap locks in on the Mac. Ow! Snapped on my finger. Alright, I think I will do the arms, and then I'll show me putting the head on. So we're gonna do that. We got his clothes on now. I'll probably I'll have to what's a way to do this without showing my face too much? Maybe something like that. And then try not to show it. Put it over here. All right, I can do that. Then we have his other arm with the scars on it. Same exact arm mold as the old one, but yeah, the scars. And I think Tiffany has that same arm too, but it's downsized a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna try my hardest not to get into this frame. Oh yeah, and yeah, it's fully on there too. There is something else on my old Chucky, not my old Chucky, but my one I had, like I said, that I had to return. It's the foam that makes, not foam, but like plastic thing in his on his hip, his like hip loop basically, but it's made out of this plastic up here, as you can see. It was not attached right. It had only one thing connected to it, which was very annoying. And it would limit his movement in the hips as well. So they'll probably use the one I returned as a display, because our Home Depot doesn't have anything on display yet. Actually, it does. But the most notable thing they have on display is 6-foot App Skelly. So yeah, which I don't think I feel like it's gonna be like the Frankenstein situation where not many people are gonna buy that. The main seller at Home Depot is always their licensed, especially servo licensed props. You know, so I personally don't think Servo Skelly's gonna sell. If anything, it's gonna be Chucky and then Tiff, and then probably Maleficent and all that. All the licensed props, I can promise, are probably gonna be sold out. Even Gremlins. I forgot Stripe was a thing. So that guy. When I got this Chucky, I had the lights on the knife connected at first, but then I unplugged it because I thought it was dumb. But for the purpose of the demo, I'll plug it in, and then I'm going to unplug it after I'm done. There we go. All connected there. I don't think I connected the sensor though. Okay, that's going to be tough to connect there. Bang. Alright. So I got all the main stuff on there. Now it's time for the big boy, the head. And also this wire for the head that I'm hanging out right here, that I'm right here. It was very short on the other one. I don't know why that one was so messed up, but I'm hoping this one is so much better. It already seems better. I'm hoping this one's better though. And that is actually the first time that other Chucky first time I've actually gotten something that was a defect from Home Depot. I don't think I've never gotten a defected prop from any retail store. I'm trying to see if my face is in it too much. All right. I know I showed like a little bit earlier, but yeah, I've never gotten any like defect that was really bad. Like the most I gotten was probably like a paint application that was damaged, but that Chucky was so messed up. So like it would still like be usable. Like I can still display that Chucky, but yeah. All right, let's get the head on. It's not fitting on there, right? All right, go down, boy. I don't know why it's getting stuck. All right, that's fine. I mean, it's in there, so we get his clothes on. The zipper is so much smoother too. Like it's so much better. I can already tell. The hair's a little messed up though. That's the only better thing on the other one. But I fixed that manually. And all right, so this guy is all configured and is ready for the setup. I did realize though there is a paint application over here that is smudged, but honestly I prefer it more than the other Chucky, so I'm fine with that. It just, you don't really notice it because it is just pretty much looks like another piece of the scar coming off. If you go really close to it though, you can tell it's not supposed to be there. But if you're far away from it, you can't really tell. So I'm fine with that. Yeah, there's Tiff. Oh yeah. On camera though, you can see that I'm not gonna get into her yet. But yeah, I'm gonna get into the demo, and I already tested him out, so he's not broken. So yeah, I'm gonna re-plug him in.
The first thing we gotta do is get him out of this body once and for all.
So the thing I did realize with him though is that his motors are a little slow, but that is how the other Chucky was too when I got him. So I think it just has to, start up. But yeah, let me
I'll be back. I always come back. Yay. But dying is such a... Get off my knife. Tiffany, will you be my bride? Now sit back and learn from the master. The first thing we gotta do is get him out of this body once and for all.
I do think that was all of his phrases. I'm gonna unplug him, so give me a second and I'll give you guys my thoughts on this animatronic. All right, so I put him in lights only mode so you can see the glow up knife. But yeah, this guy is so awesome. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, that Chucky I returned was so much of a better call than I thought it was. And because I didn't even realize one of the motors were completely broken on him. He didn't look down or up or anything like that. So I thought he had limited movement. I thought he was worse than the Tiffany's movement, which I'll get into next video, of course. He is great. I think he is my favorite prop this year, of course, because, you know, Chucky, backpack Chucky. There is a lot of Chucky in my life. There's another Chucky right over there. So, best prop of the year, in my opinion. I consider these both the same prop, so same best props of the year. He is great. His face sculpt is so much better than old Chucky's, which I will grab right now. You can't really compare the two because, oh god, I think I just snapped old Chucky. Oh god. Did I? That's why you don't record while grabbing something. But yeah, if you just compare the faces, you can tell this one looks more like Chucky. This one looks more like just a doll, and without Chucky's body, it wouldn't look like Chucky. I think Scar Chucky is a more recognizable face and also has way better proportions, in my opinion. He looks so much more like Chucky. He looks more angry, besides his paint application, but he looks great. Old Chucky, I did brush his hair, by the way. You can tell he's Chucky. It's just the face still looks a little off compared to this one. Like, the Home Depot or SVI did a great job at designing this guy. And honestly, if you are looking for a cheaper alternative of like a NECA life-size replica Chucky, get this instead. This is way better. It doesn't come broken, unlike mine. Most of the time doesn't come broken. But I saw a lot of NECA like replicas coming in, you know, broken, and they're like they're like $200 more, $180-ish more. So I recommend him more. He's cheaper. He has more movement. Like he does have movements, unlike the NECA. He just has a little less realistic face, but he still looks great, and I recommend him. And you know, the only thing I don't like about him is the glowing knife. But what I did say in the review when I made the compilation of all the Home Depot props, and Spirit and Lowe's and all of Halloween costumes, I did say I did not like how the knife looked in his hand. I thought it looked like a shank someone would have in like a prison yard. But honestly, it grew on me. It doesn't look that small now. So I knew something was going to change. But yeah, Tiffany's is different. Tiffany's I definitely think is better. Like the way that she's gripping her knife compared to Chucky's. Like hers looks more like a knife, but I still do prefer old Chucky's knife, but the servo hand movements make up for that. So it is way better than I thought it would be. And yeah, 100% recommend. And yeah, and he also does have real staples in his head too, which I thought was really cool. These aren't real. These ones aren't. These ones are. They actually hold his hair in place. Like, you can literally pull it out if you really want to, but it's tight on there. But yeah, that was about it. I'm sorry for posting this late, and I'm sorry for unboxing Tiffany and the other Chucky before. I was just too excited. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Next video will be the Tiffany unboxing, and then after that, I'll compare the two old Chuckies. And yeah, see you guys in the next video.